Artichoke, and artichoke once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today I'm back with vegetable of the day, the one and only artichoke. So maybe you've never seen this vegetable before. However, maybe you've eaten it. Perhaps the heart of an artichoke, or maybe you absolutely love spinach and artichoke dip. Or maybe you detest it. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on why, because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of the artichoke and maybe its dip. First up, a little bit of background information. Did you know that there are actually about 140 different artichoke varieties in existence? Wow, who knew? Of these 140, only about 40 are grown commercially to be eaten as food. Interesting. Now take a look at the picture. As you can see, the artichoke plant or flower is a beautiful purple and green, right? So even if you don't like to eat them, you may want to use them as decoration, especially if you love pretty purple flowers. All right, more background information. The globe artichoke, the kind most often eaten today, is from the thistle species, a group of flowering plants characterized by leaves with sharp prickles on their margins. The edible portion of the artichoke, usually called the artichoke heart, is actually the bud of the artichoke flower, formed before the flower begins to bloom. So take a look at the picture. As you can see, our image is of an artichoke flower and all of the different parts are identified, right? So for those of us who love to eat the heart of the artichoke, as you can see, it's at the base of the flower, not at the top, at the bottom. And lastly, an artichoke plant can grow to be 6 feet in diameter and 3 to 4 feet in height. Wow, who knew that this plant could be so large? So, as I stated earlier, if you love plants and you're looking for something beautiful to maybe add in either to your garden or inside of your home, then the artichoke plant would not be such a bad idea. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a little more background information about the one and only artichoke plant. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. In 1947, California selected the first official artichoke queen, who happened to be good old Marilyn Monroe. Also, a member of the sunflower family of vegetables, right? And you can see why. I mean, take a look at the picture. There is an image of the artichoke plant in full bloom. See how pretty it is? Also, California provides most of the artichokes in the U.S. today. And if left to grow wild, artichokes blossom into large purple flowers. See how beautiful they are? So once again, if you're looking for a new plant to add to your garden, right, you may want to consider buying an artichoke. So there we have it, guys. A few fun facts about the one and only artichoke. All right, now it's time for more fun facts. While artichoke hearts are often the most widely available and consumed part of the artichoke plant, don't go discarding the artichoke leaves quite so quickly. The leaves are actually where many of the most powerful nutrients in the artichoke are stored. Wow. So there we have it, guys. We now know what to do with the leaves, right? Don't throw them away. Now, you may not want to eat them. Why? Because they may not taste all that great. However, they do have medicinal properties. So, as the text just said, don't throw them away so quickly. Let's figure out a way how we can actually use them. All right, even more fun facts. In grocery stores, you'll find several types of artichokes available, including fresh artichokes, canned artichoke hearts, and frozen artichokes. A medium-sized artichoke is about the size of a tennis ball, while a small baby artichoke is roughly the size of a golf ball. Now, a lot of us may have this question: how do you buy fresh artichokes? When selecting artichokes, the heaviest and firmest artichokes are best. If you press the leaves against themselves, they will create a slight squeaky sound, and this is a good indicator of an artichoke being fresh. Now, in a little while, I'll talk with you a little more about canned plant foods. However, it is an available option. All right, more fun facts. How do you tell if an artichoke is good or not? The artichoke should be a healthy green color and it should look fresh, not dehydrated. Another question, are artichokes still good if they are closed? And the answer is yes. The petals should still be closed. That means that the artichoke is fresh and it will be tender when eating. When the plant blossoms, it's no longer edible and it becomes coarse. So we now know how to purchase our artichokes. We now know that in order for it to be fresh and tender, that the leaves need to be closed, not open. So there we have it, more fun facts about the one and only artichoke. All right, now it's time for the not so fun facts. For a small percentage of people, artichokes can cause some side effects, such as intestinal gas and allergic reactions. Those who are allergic to plants like marigolds, daisies, and other similar herbs are at the greatest risk of having an allergic reaction. So, ladies and gentlemen, if when you are exposed to artichokes, right, if you feel any type of swelling or itching, or you just don't feel good, or maybe even nausea, then please either reduce your consumption or totally stay away from it. So there we have it, the not so fun facts about the one and only artichoke. All right, more not so fun facts. There's also a concern that artichokes could possibly worsen bowel duct obstruction by increasing bowel flow. If you have this condition, don't use artichoke extract or consume artichokes without first discussing your decision with your doctor. By increasing the bowel flow in the body, gallstones may become worse. So if you suffer from gallstones when consuming artichokes, use precaution, right? So as I stated earlier, if you experience any type of adverse effects when consuming this vegetable, please either reduce it or completely eliminate it. All right, now it's time to dive into the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, the 520 rule is all about food labels. Yes, it helps us to read and understand food labels. Basically, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food or beverage item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, really we're talking about percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now let's take a look at our sample food label. So basically it's divided into three main parts. We have the purple portion, the yellow portion, and the blue portion. So let's take it portion by portion. First, let's talk about the percent daily value column. Now, as you can see, percent DV is represented as a percentage. Now, it's a scale that goes as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Now, there are some rare cases where a food item or beverage item may offer a nutrient in excess of 100%. However, that is rare. Now, let's talk about the yellow portion. Now, the yellow portion basically highlights a few nutrients that unfortunately do a lot of harm to the human body, right? So when we talk about saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium, well, those nutrients do a really good job at promoting disease, sickness, and illness within the body temple. Now, when it comes to their percent DVs, you really want to make sure that they are as close to 0% as possible. Now, when we talk about the blue nutrients, dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron, well, here's the good news. They do just the opposite of the yellow nutrients. Rather than promote sickness, illness, and disease, they promote wellness and health within the body temple. So if anything, you want to make sure that whatever you're consuming, eating, or drinking, that those percentages are as close to 100% as possible. Now, what I like to do is be a little more specific about the 520 rule versus our sample food label. If a food or beverage item offers anywhere from 0% DV to 9% DV, then that food or beverage item is considered not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next, if the food or beverage item offers 10% DV to 19% DV, then that food or beverage item is considered a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if the food or beverage item offers 20% DV or greater, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the ins and outs about the 520 rule. All right, it's time to dive into the nutrition facts. Now that we're familiar with the 520 rule, we can apply it to the nutrition facts. Now, for today's lecture, we're going to say that a single serving of artichoke is equal to 1 medium-sized boiled artichoke, which is going to weigh about 120 grams. So we're going to get 63.6 calories, 14.3 grams of carbs. Look at this, 3.5 grams of protein. Amazing. 0.4 grams of fat, and a whopping 10.3 grams of fiber. How nice is that? Now, folate comes in at 27% DV, excellent source. Vitamin K comes in at 22% DV, excellent source. Vitamin C comes in at 15% DV, good source. Magnesium comes in at 13% DV, good source. Then we have manganese coming in at 13% DV, good source. Then we have potassium coming in at 10% DV, good source. Next up is phosphorus coming in at 9% DV, not a good source. Copper, 8% DV, not a good source. Niacin, 7% DV, not a good source. Riboflavin, 6% DV, not a good source. Vitamin B6 coming in at 5% DV, not a good source. Thiamine coming in at 4% DV, not a good source. Iron, 4% DV, not a good source. And then we have pantothenic acid, calcium, and zinc, each coming in at only 3% DV, not a good source of any of those. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the nutrition facts about the one and only artichoke. All right, now it's time to dive into the health benefits. But before we do, I gotta offer you this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk about the principle of cause and effect. Now, some of us may already be familiar with this principle. However, if you're not, it simply states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. So, if you have a disease, well, believe it or not, you probably caused it. Why? Because you're probably putting the wrong things in your body. Versus if you're healthy, well, believe it or not, you caused that too. Why? Because you're putting better things in your body. So whether it's health or disease, that is the effect. So what we have to do is focus on the causes. So that being said, I want to talk with you about the health benefits of the artichoke. But more importantly, I really want to give you the causes, which we can term phytonutrients, or we can even call these phytonutrients medicine. That's right, guys. Plants have medicine. Yes. So health benefit number one, or effect number one, is that artichokes have antioxidant power that may help prevent cancer. Now the question is, which medicine does the artichoke have? Well, it's right here. It's quercetin, rutin, gallic acid, and cynarin. That's right, guys. Benefit number two, fights cardiovascular disease. So the question is, which phytonutrients are responsible? Well, say hello to cynarin once again, inulin, magnesium, and potassium. Number three, detoxifies the liver and digestive system. Well, say hello to silymarin and cynarin once again. Benefit number four, benefits IBS, which stands for irritable bowel syndrome, and other digestive disorders. Well, as we just clearly saw, artichokes are a great source of fiber. So there you have it. Benefit number five, may help with weight loss. Well, fiber is responsible. Number six, helps control diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Well, it has fiber. So there you have it. Number seven, prevents anemia. Right? So what's the phytonutrient responsible? Well, say hello to iron. And benefit number eight, improves skin health and appearance. Well, say hello to vitamin C and vitamin E. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the health benefits of the one and only artichoke. All right, now it's time to talk about food. So our go-to website for everything vegan is forksoverknives.com. Now, I did my research and I found two amazing vegan artichoke recipes that I want to share with you right now. So the first one is entitled Dairy-Free Spinach and Artichoke Dip. Take a look at the picture. Looks delicious, yes. Now the second recipe is Quinoa Primavera. Take a look at the picture. Looks delicious, yes. Now, if you are motivated, if you are inspired, if you are inclined, all you have to do is click on the description box. Why? Because I'm providing you with a direct link to both of these recipes. That's right. So click on the description box, click on the link, and it'll take you directly to these recipes. Now you're going to find a lot of great information when you get there. You'll find cooking time, cooking instructions, and of course, an ingredient list. So do me a favor. Click on the link, make the dish, taste the dish, come back to the video, and of course, share your comments. So there we have it, guys. Not one, but two amazing vegan artichoke recipes from forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the fun facts and the not so fun facts and the nutrition facts. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more artichokes? Well, if that's your question, then I gotta tell you that the perfect day to eat more artichokes is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Oh yes, good old Nature Day. Guys, Nature Day happens to be the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, some of us may not know what the challenge is, and that's okay. In a nutshell, the 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and it also helps to save good old planet Earth. Now, here's two things that you need to know about the 23% challenge. Number one, it's monthly, meaning every month, meaning January through December. And number two, it's 7 days. That's right, guys. As a matter of fact, it's the first 7 days of every single month. The first all the way through the 7th, right? Now, being that the challenge is the first 7 days of every week, and being that Nature Day is the first day of the challenge, that simply means that Nature Day is the first day of every month. That's right. So whether it's February 1st, March 1st, or even April 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right. So some of us may be inspired. Some of us may want to know more about Nature Day. Well, here it is, guys. Nature Day is all about getting closer to nature by eating plant foods. That's right, guys. It's time to eat more plants. Now, some of us may find it very difficult to eat more plants, and I get it. I understand it. So I recommend baby steps. Yes, baby steps. So you may want to eat only plants and drink only water before 12 p.m. And then after 12 p.m., you can eat whatever you want to eat. Or you can flip the script. Maybe only eat plants and drink only water after 12 p.m. That way, before 12 p.m., you can eat whatever you want to eat. Now, some of us may want to up the ante, right? So for those of us who want to up the ante, then I recommend you try to become a 3% vegan. Now, a 3% vegan is any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 1 day out of an entire month. Next is a 10% vegan. That's any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 3 days out of an entire month. Next up is a 17% vegan. That's any person who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 5 days out of an entire month. And lastly is the ultimate 23% vegan. Now, technically, that's what Coach D considers himself to be. And what does that mean? Well, it means that I only eat plant foods and drink only water the first 7 days of every single month. So the question is, what do I eat? Well, I am happy and proud to say that I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods, which happen to be fruits, vegetables and herbs, nuts and seeds, legumes, meaning beans and peas, and let's not forget about whole grains. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about Nature Day. All right. Now, a lot of us may be a little confused, and so we may need a little more clarity, right? We may need to know, well, who should participate in Nature Day, right? Well, here are the types of people that I think should participate. Number one, if you have been diagnosed with the big four, meaning heart disease, cancer, obesity, and type 2 diabetes, and maybe you're looking for a holistic, natural approach to treat your illness, well, eat more plants. Maybe you have skin issues such as eczema, psoriasis, pimples, and acne, and you're looking for a holistic approach. It's easy. Eat more plants. Maybe you have digestive issues such as Crohn's disease, IBS, or maybe constipation, and you're looking for a natural, holistic approach to becoming healthy. It's easy. Eat more plants. Maybe you have mental issues such as depression, anger, bipolar. Maybe you don't think as clearly as you once did. Well, it's easy. Eat more plants. Or maybe you want to lose inches from around your waist and your hips. Maybe you want to add muscle. It's easy. Try our vegan lean or vegan bulk programs by eating more plants, but of course in a very systematic and pragmatic way. Or you just may be at the beginning and maybe you're looking for a smooth way to transition from the standard American diet to a more whole food plant-based diet. Easy. Eat more plants. Or you just may be wanting to eat more plants, period. Well, Nature Day is definitely for you. So there we have it. We now know exactly who Nature Day is for. All right. So now I want to offer you Coach D's tips. Why? Because I want you to have a successful Nature Day. So tip number one, go to your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're going to go to three places. Number one is the produce section. Number two is the freezer aisle. And number three is the canned good aisle. In the produce section, you're going to find your fresh plant foods. In the freezer aisle, you're going to find your frozen plant foods. And in the canned good aisle, you're going to find your canned plant foods. Now, a lot of us may wonder, well, Coach D, what's best? Fresh, frozen, or canned? Well, I'll say it this way. Fresh is always best. Frozen is a very close second. And all the way in the back, right, or at the bottom, we're going to put canned. Now, the reason why I put canned third, even though it may be the cheapest, is that canned food, unfortunately, has a lot of added toxins, such as dyes, such as preservatives, such as additives, that the body really doesn't need, right? And it also helps to promote disease within the body. So the benefits of the plant foods are greatly diminished as opposed to fresh and frozen. Tip number two, go to the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. So when you're done with the produce section, the freezer aisle, and the canned good aisle, walk on over to the prepared dishes section. Now, when you get there, talk to the person behind the counter and ask them if they offer any vegan, not vegetarian options. Now, don't worry because, well, and if they do, then ask for a sample. Don't worry, it's free. That's right, guys, free 99. And if you like it, go ahead and purchase it either by the pound or maybe even 2 pounds if you really, really, really like it. Tip number three, go visit your local farmers market. Now, farmers markets do a really good job at selling non-GMO, all-natural, organic plant foods. That's right. As a matter of fact, they only sell non-GMO organic plant foods, right? So if you love non-GMO organic plant foods, then farmers markets are definitely the place to go. Tip number four, go visit your local vegan restaurant. Now, the number one reason that vegan restaurants are amazing, in my opinion, is because they do a good job at hiring vegan chefs who not only know exactly how to cook plant foods so that they retain all their nutrients, but they also know exactly which plant foods to combine to yield the most nutritious, delicious dishes, right? So please visit your local vegan restaurant. And tip number five is to get a subscription to a vegan meal prep company. Now, these companies are amazing for a few reasons. Number one, you order the food. Number two, they cook the food. Number three, they deliver the food. Number four, you eat the food. Yes, it's just that simple. So this basically solves the problem for those of us who don't know how to cook plant foods, those of us who don't want to cook plant foods, and those of us who don't have time to cook plant foods. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 amazing tips to help make your Nature Day successful. All right, It's time for our question of the day, which comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We have inquiry minds. So we want to know, when should artichokes be eaten? Before or after they bloom? Now, I believe I covered this information earlier in the lecture. So if you didn't get it, simply hit rewind. And of course, write your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign out, I got to ask you to please subscribe, like, and of course, share the video, especially if you love artichokes. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's #eat more plants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.